If you're thinking about buying vacant land, or maybe you already own some, whether it's for a camp, lakefront property, hunting land, or building your forever home, there's one thing I always tell people not to overlook: soil. And I say that as someone who works with vacant land a lot. Soil isn't just dirt. It affects what you can build, how much it will cost, and sometimes whether you can build at all. Let's start with sandy soils, shall we? Sandy soil drains very well, which is usually good for septic systems. In many cases, sand works well for traditional drain fields. The downside is stability. Sand doesn't compact very well, so foundations and driveways may need extra preparation to prevent shifting or settling over time. Next is loam. Loam is a balanced mix of sand, silt, and clay. From a development standpoint, this is often the best case scenario. Now, let's talk about clay. Clay holds a lot of water. That can mean slow drainage and septic challenges. In colder climates, clay can also cause frost heaving, expands when wet, and shrinks when dry, which can lead to foundation movement over time. Clay doesn't mean you cannot build. It does often mean higher costs and engineering solutions. The soil that we see is silt. Silt feels smooth like flour. It drains better than clay, but not as well as sand. When silt becomes saturated, it can lose strength, which can cause settling issues for buildings, roads, and driveways. Now here's a big one. In northern and rural areas of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, organic soils and peat. These are common in low areas near wetlands and around lakes and streams. Organic soils are usually not suitable for building without major mitigation. Septic systems often fail and structures can sink or shift. Many of these areas are also regulated as wetlands, which can seriously limit development. People ask me about soil maps all the time, and they are a helpful reference. I use them myself. They can give you a general idea of what might be on the property, but soil maps aren't 100% accurate. They're based on a large area of surveys, not testing done on your exact building site. I've worked with properties where the soil map didn't look so very promising. But once we actually got on the ground, the soil conditions were better than we had predicted. And I've also seen the opposite. That's why soil maps are a starting point, not a final answer. They're good for research, but they don't replace on-site soil testing. Before buying vacant land or before planning a build, soil testing really matters. Soil borings, perk tests, and checking groundwater depth can save you a lot of money and frustration. Not all land is meant to be built on. Some properties are better suited for recreation, hunting, timber, or even just enjoying them as they are. Understanding soil helps you match the land to the right use and avoid expensive surprises. If you found this helpful, feel free to like and subscribe, or even a question in the comments. I always am happy to talk land. I'm Bob Peterson, and thank you for watching.